What if I told you? God can promise you something, make you wait for it, and then ask you to give it back? Not because he changed his mind, but because he's testing your heart. This is not just a story about faith. This is a story about delay, doubt, and a shocking command that makes no sense. And just when you think you understand what God is doing, everything flips. Stay with me, because the ending will challenge everything you believe about faith.
Welcome to Faith Told Anew, where we bring powerful Bible stories to life in a way that speaks to your everyday struggles. If you've ever felt like God is taking too long, like your prayers are stuck in heaven, then this message is for you. Meet Abraham, a man chosen by God, given a promise that seemed impossible. God told him, "You will be the father of many nations." But there was one problem. Abraham was old. His wife, Sarah, was barren. Years passed, then decades. No child. Imagine that. God speaks clearly, but nothing happens. At some point, you start asking, did I hear God wrong? Did I miss something? Why would he promise something and then delay it? Sound familiar? Time kept moving, but the promise didn't. Abraham was now nearly 100 years old. Sarah laughed when she heard she would have a child, not because it was funny, but because it sounded impossible. And maybe that's where you are right now. God gave you a promise, a vision, a dream, but all you see is silence. No progress, no answers, just waiting. But here's what Abraham didn't realize. The delay wasn't a denial, it was preparation. Then suddenly, the impossible happened. Sarah conceived, and they named their son Isaac, the promised child, the miracle, the proof that God keeps his word. Can you imagine the joy? After all those years of waiting, crying, doubting, finally, the promise is in your hands. Everything makes sense now, right? The delay, the pain, the confusion, it was all worth it, or so it seemed. Then one day, God speaks again. Abraham, take your son, your only son, Isaac, and sacrifice him. Wait, what? The same God who gave the promise is now asking for it back? This is where the story stops making sense. Why would God do this? Why give something only to take it away? This is the moment most people would walk away. This is the moment faith gets tested for real, but Abraham doesn't argue, doesn't question, he obeys. Abraham takes Isaac up the mountain. Isaac carries the wood and then asks a question that cuts deep. Father, where is the lamb for the sacrifice? Abraham replies, God will provide. But here's the twist. Abraham doesn't know how. He just knows who. They reach the top. He builds the altar, ties his son, raises the knife, and just before it comes down, a voice from heaven shouts, stop. If you're in a season of delay right now, don't give up. God is not denying you. He's preparing you. And if he's asking you to trust him in a way that doesn't make sense, it might be because something greater is about to happen. Type in the comments, God will provide. And if this message spoke to you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Faith Told Anew for more powerful stories like this. Because sometimes God delays, but he never denies.